Let's go. We're on. Right. We do believe, because we've had a few Wi-Fi issues the past few streams, I do believe I've fixed it. But if I haven't, I do apologise, everybody. Who's in today then? Who's in today? What time are we on? Coming up to 5 now, so we're a little bit early. How are we, Jack lads? Alright, sunshine? Great to have you in, Jack, mate. How's your team looking this week, Jack? Because I remember last time we were on live stream, you bench boosted when it was game week 26, and from what I remember, it went quite well. Is that the case? Am I right? We'll get TikTok on the go as well today, eh? We'll give it a go. Right. Get that up. Yeah. Brilliant. Pretty good, to be fair. Going to make 4 transfers, I think. Wow, 4 in 1 week. Blimmin' hell, Jack. What we doing then? Yassi is in. How we doing, mate? How we doing? Let me just get TikTok up and running. I think we're okay. Okay, here we go. I don't know if that OBS just shut down there, but it should be okay for the stream. Ollie says, I've had a stinker. I've got 2 free transfers. I want to go Pedro to Ego and Enzo to Dango, but then Vert got injured. It is unlucky, to be fair, the ones who bought Vert, man. Really unlucky. How are we doing, TikTok, then? How are we doing? Yeah, we missed you, Orange, mate. We missed you. No sound. I mean, we'll check it out. Hold on. Mic unavailable. General settings. Right. That should work out, everyone on TikTok. Let me know if that's better. Let me know. Yes. Nice one, Ellis. Appreciate that, man. First stream in a while, man. First stream in a while. Bruno captain? Absolutely, mate. Yeah. Raul or Semenyo? Ooh. I'd go Semenyo. Is Dango, Tara, Van Dijk, and Thiago good replacements for Nalo, Neto, and Evan Nielsen? I would say so, yeah. Off the top of my head, I would absolutely say so. Glad to hear you had a good time, Orange, mate. We were thinking about you last time, especially when you were on the plane as we were streaming. Up the mags, mate. Charlie, nick off, sunshiner. Nick off. Should I bench Timber or João Pedro? I'd probably bench João Pedro, to be honest, over Timber, but it's a weird one, that fixture, I feel. It's a weird one. Connor's in. Yes, lad. How we doing, Connor boy? Connor thought the deadline was yesterday, by the way, chaps. He messaged me panicking, going, "Oh my god, when are you streaming? When are you streaming?" I was like, "Mate, it's tomorrow." You ended up with Dango Tara. I did, yeah, I did. So we've made 2 transfers this week. We've actually went and sold Enzo Fernandez. So sold Enzo Fernandez to Dominic Soboslai, and then sold João Gomez to Dango Tara. I couldn't quite afford Kevin Schade with Soboslai, I do believe, so yeah. Bit of a differential, both of these players, to be fair, so looking forward to it. Connor says, I'm thinking of free hitting, not gonna lie. Wow, this week. I don't know about that, you know. How are you planning for the blanks, though? That's the big thing. João Pedro to Thiago? Yeah. What rank are you, bro? I'm like 455k at the moment. I've just been so stagnant for about 2 weeks. Really disappointing, but I think in the next few weeks, when we're activating a few chips back to back, we'll be absolutely flying. We'll see. Might have another stinker this week. Who cares? I don't think Creepy will play. Actually, I haven't really looked at any lineup predictions this week, so I'm not too sure yet, mate. I reckon Chelsea score. Yeah, absolutely could do. Absolutely could do. Let's see if we can go find a Bournemouth lineup. I mean, he's not. Groupie's not expected to start. Tavernier is expected to start, but we're not too sure. I'm torn between Enzo to Wilson, Dango, or Ryan, leaning towards Wilson. If I had to pick between them, I'd probably lean towards Dango. It's the move I've done this week. Enzo to Dango, really. But Wilson is an attractive move. If you want to protect yourself with the ownership of Wilson, I don't blame you. That could be a move you do, Orange. But yeah, I don't know. I think the order I'd rank those assets in is actually Dango, Wilson, Ryan. Ryan's interesting. McAllister, thoughts? Don't like him. Palmer or Creepy to start? It's got to be Palmer with the pens. It's got to be Palmer. Orange says, really, Dango, even with Thiago. Yeah, it's one of the moves I've done this week. Double Brentford, man. I mean, I'm on a different strategy, I would assume, to yourself, but wish Collins hadn't as lost his spot in starting 11. Would rather use him over Timber, but can't. I don't know. It's a bit of a weird one, that one, because it came out of nowhere, really. It really has. Triple Arsenal, yes. Still got triple Arsenal after the double the other week. Connor says, Robbie, Mukiele, Wirtz, Madueke, Somerville, João Pedro, Munoz, all players injured, but I don't want. Have you already wildcarded as well, Connor? Timber's injured? I don't think he is. Don't think he is. And Bezel says, should I start Dallo or Enzo? Ooh, I'd go Diego Dallo. Mate. He should be playing right back, shouldn't he? Yeah. Wildcard now or 32? 32 for me, Brad. 32 for me, absolutely. I think it's by far the strongest strategy you can go for. Tia says Anderson, Palmer, or Creepy to start. I'd go Palmer, Anderson behind, and then also, obviously, last Timber. Creepy, sorry. Everyone's talking about Timber. Anderson in for Timber? No. Went to wildcard. 32 for me if you've still got all of your chips, apart from triple captain. It's the strategy I'm on. Depends what chips you have left, really. Ben says, hi, mate. Missed the last couple streams. Live streams because of work. Good to see you again. To be honest, Ben, I missed last week. Last week's stream. Anyway, I was really busy myself. But great to have you back, Ben. It's always nice to have you in stream, bro. Jack says, this is his team. Sanchez, Timber, Gabriel, Munoz, Enzo, Rice, Rogers, Bruno, Dango, Ekitike, Haaland, bench of Sarr, Hill, Mane, Michele. 4 free transfers. Sanchez, Enzo, Rice, Mane to Allison, Wilson, Stach, and Thiago. Stach as well. Ooh, that's nice, actually. Yeah, I love that, Jack. I actually love those transfers because you get Thiago in as well. Yeah, I think they're great. I mean, it's one of those ones with the lack of Virgil van Dijk where it does worry me a little bit, but still you get an Alisson in there. Obviously, you're not going to get DEFCONs or anything like that, but if you back the clean sheets, I don't mind it particularly. Kate says, oh no, Josh was first, sorry. Madueke or Adil. I'd probably go Adil. Kate says Thiago for Bowen or João Pedro. Ooh, probably João Pedro. The fixtures are terrible. Reese says opinions on Konate as a pick. I think that said the message went away quite quick there. Konate's not bad. I mean, he should get the minutes. I think that's the main thing you want to think about with these types of players. Like, apart from a Virgil van Dijk, you know, you've got to be careful of minutes at times. But Konate's been fine. Like, I think he's an okay pick. Absolutely. Thiago captain? Not for me. No. I think Bruno, Haaland, Salah. or better this week, definitely. Do you think O'Reilly could be good? He's been playing as City's 10, but he's a defender. It's not quite a 10 at times, Ben, but I think a lot of the hype around O'Reilly is because of the goals. Yeah, he could score this week, but I'm just not seeing it personally. I think I see it as a points chasing move rather than a move that's going to be good long term. But if you like him, you like him. Keep Palmer. If you've got a few transfers, I don't mind moving Palmer to Salah. In all honesty, choose two midfielders between Rodgers, Dango, Wilson. For me, it'd be Dango and Wilson. Think I'm gonna do Enzo to Wilson. Just say it so it convinces me, Mogs. Cheers. I think it's a great move. I do think it's a great move. It's a move that I was considering. If you watched, I think it was my video on Tuesday, my transfer plans. I think that was the move I was gonna do, but we've ended up going to Szoboszlai as well with Wirtz being injured. Of course, that shakes things up massively. It looks like Szoboszlai could play in that sort of advanced position, which is a really, really great thing. Both differential options. Love Dango's fixtures till 31. I think it's a great set of moves for my team. But, Wilson as well is also a fantastic pick this week. Frank says, should I buy Semenyo? Was that Semenyo? Sorry, Frank. The message is just gone. Should I buy Semenyo or Szoboszlai? I think I would lean towards Szoboszlai in all honesty. Especially if Man City do have a blank in 31. It's hard to tell right now. I'm a bit lost in it in all honesty. So Evan Nielsen or João Pedro? Evan Nielsen. Can I recommend you a player? Of course. Go for it, man. I think that's Kate says. Gabriel, Nunez, Virgil, Rogers, Rice, Semenyo, Fernandes, Bowen, Pedro, Cavalier. 1 free transfer, 2+ million. João Pedro, Thiago feels like a really easy move straight away there. Obviously, it depends on chips and stuff, but initially that's my first thought. Transfers done. Let's go, Jack. Should I be starting Hill instead of Timber or Munoz? Sunderland, we're not really scoring goals at the moment, Sunderland, so there is clean sheet potential there for Bournemouth. There really is. For Timber, there's always going to be clean sheet potential because they are the best defence in the league. Munoz, I'm not as keen on, just because Palace don't seem that kind of team right now, man. I would consider it. I'd consider it. It would be between Timber and Hill for me, but I would probably go Timber. Make sure if you're watching on TikTok, by the way, to double tap the screen. Let's see if we can get 1K likes. Rodgers to Ryan. I don't mind that move. I would maybe personally look elsewhere than Ryan. It seems a bit early to move on him, but if you think, I'm completely wrong and Ryan is the guy for Bournemouth, I mean, he's been fantastic, really, hasn't he? I don't mind that move. I really don't. Start Mitchell or Stack? You'd probably go Mitchell, but it's just a fixture, really, that's telling me that, Casemiro or Rodgers? You'd go Rodgers. Look at the fixture, man. If I free hit, I'll get Kelleher, Van Dijk. Oh no, Vandenberg. Sorry, Maguire, Gabriel, O'Reilly, Hill, and Mbuemo, Ryan, Bruno, Semenyo, Rodgers, Dango, Haaland, Thiago, any attacker, but currently Gyökeres. On a free hit this week. Shout out George, man. Sending the sleigh. The Mamma Mia. Yes, George boy. To be honest, Connor, I'm looking at the team there. Would I have Semenyo? I'm just thinking. I don't know about this Leeds game. I really don't. I honestly, I don't mind that lineup. Bruno's obviously in there. I love Bruno. You all know I love Bruno. Yeah, not Gyökeres for me though. I agree. Yods Bailey, Thiago for João Pedro, and Enzo Fernandez for who? You've got three options, in my opinion, for the Enzo Fernandez replacements. You've got Harry Wilson, you've got Dango Atara, and you've got potentially Kevin Charter if you can reach him, or even Ryan. I think Wilson and Dango are my favourite picks there. Um, but that's kind of the price range you're dealing with, in my opinion, there. As an Arsenal fan, Jokereds needs more games like this to be considered in FPL. I mean, he's look, Jokerez is just so hit or miss. Wait and see what he's like, but the fixtures are crap for Arsenal FPL anyway. Really, they're not amazing. They're really not. Do I stick with my 5 City players or change it? I'd probably start to think about changing it. Enzo to Sobasai, yeah, good move. Good move. Pro Gamer says, is Kanate a good captain? Not for me personally, no. No. Yo, from Norway, nice to be here. Nice to have you, man. Mane to Ekatike, Timber to Hill, and Rice to Wilson. -4 hit. Ooh. I would maybe not advise the -4, but it seems like a decent one if you were to take it. Not bad. I have 8.5 for a midfielder who... Soberslai's not bad. I mean, it depends your chip strategy, Bailey. I don't know your chip strategy. What chips have you got left, mate? Ben says Pickford, O'Reilly captain. Wow, O'Reilly captain. Nunez, Murillo, Dallo, Palmer, Zubimendi, Gross, Odegaard, Haaland, Jokeres. Ben, your teams are always crazy, man. Especially with that O'Reilly captain, bro. Shout out, Ben, man. The teams every week are just fantastic. I wish you the best of luck with that captain as well, man. I'm a bit frightened of that. Watkins in feels a bit bad at the moment. Tammy Abraham now is at the club. Hard to go with it, man. Hard to go with it. All chips except triple captain. Bailey, you'd probably go ahead and go like Wilson, Dango, or Soboslai. Soboslai feels great to me now that is out confirmed and we don't know when he's back. I would personally go Soboslai, but Wilson, Dango feel great as well. Why Bruno captain? For me, he's just the best option most weeks. I'm just not as keen on the Haaland's fixture of Leeds away. If it was at home, absolutely. Obviously, blanked last time against Leeds, I do believe, or maybe it was just an assist. But yeah, for me, Bruno Fernandes is almost the best captain every single week. I like him a lot. A lot of routes to points. The Defcons aren't really there as much, but he's playing so advanced now. I absolutely love it. Ben says I'm a City fan. Trust it'll work. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see, man. No transfers needed until 32 with my team, says Nico. Then Wilson or Anderson to start. I'll start Wilson over Anderson this week, yeah. Raul Jimenez or Bruno or Ekatike. Who should I choose as my captain? Bruno Fernandes. Playing a 5-back this week. Don't know if it's good. I don't know who it is. Tom, who have you got at the back, man? Who's your 5-back, bro? We've just hit 1k likes on TikTok. Let's go for 2. Let's go. Got an hour and 11 minutes till the deadline now, guys. An hour and 11. Connor says, could do Palmer and Raul over Semenyo and Jokeres. I've confirmed the free hit this week, by the way. How would I go about free hit this week? I'm gonna have a little look on it to help you out a little bit here, because I'm not giving the best answer to you, if I'm being honest here, because I'm not. Obviously, free hit hasn't been a strategy of mine at all. Why Gabriel? He's the best defender in the game, isn't he? Right, so free hit. I would definitely have Salah in there. If you haven't got Salah already, I can't remember who you had. Kelleher, Senesi, Lewis Hall, Gordon, Bruno Fernandes, and Buemo, Salah, Akatike, Thiago, Haaland. Can you fit all them in? I don't rate Salah, then you can fit Haaland in instead. Then that's how I'd probably play it. Soboslai, not bad this week. Should I triple captain Ekatike? No, not for me. I think you can wait till the next double game week. And it's probably going to be a Liverpool double game week in, is it 33? No, 32. 32. Don't rate Ekatike this week either. Then you probably just go with Van Dijk then. So it'll be like Van Dijk, Gakpo maybe. I do have Haaland and Thiago. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair on a free hit. Yasif has put his team in the chat. He's got this week Dubravka, Gabriel Timber, Virgil van Dijk, Dango, Bruno, Rogers, Lefay, Rice, Haaland, and Thiago. Start Dubravka or Sanchez. I'd go Dubravka. I'd go with Dubravka. Dango or Embuemo. Probably Embuemo. Thiago captain. I don't really like Thiago captain this week. I think you've got quite a few options better. I think you've got Bruno Fernandes, Haaland, Salah, possibly even Embuemo this week, slightly better than Thiago. But he's not got pens, so I'd probably say Thiago is better then, actually. Wilson on captain. It's a bit of a risky one, but, you know. Keep or drop Cunha. Sorry, AB, I missed that message. I'd probably look to move into Embuemo and all, and I think Embuemo's the better asset there. AB also says Verbruggen or Dubravka to start. Ooh. That's difficult. I would probably say Verbruggen. Why start Anderson? Fulham defence have been fantastic. Defcon's there. I think it's a great opportunity for a clean sheet as well at home. So we'll see how that goes. Should I play Barry over Gross or Odegaard? Barry? I don't think I would against Newcastle, no. I don't think I would. Pardon me. Orange Apple, sorry I missed that question there, man. Do you prefer Tottenham at home or Sunderland at home? Which is the better fixture? Well, Sunderland aren't at home this week, but if I had to choose between them, it would obviously be at Sunderland at home. We've only lost 2 games at home this season, albeit in the last 2 home games this season, though. So, yeah. If that's just an option between them two, it would, of course, be Sunderland at home. Fantastic fixture. But it depends which Sunderland asset you're on about. If you're just on about a fixture to attack, it would be Spurs at home. Dango or Rogers? Dango. Rogers captain? Probably not, to be honest. Probably not. Timber or Hill starting if I've already got Gabriel and Raya. That's honestly a big thing we've been talking about. It is a big thing we've been talking about because I feel as though it's a decent option. I support Sunderland, and I'll tell you right now, we're struggling to score goals. We really are. So, for me, I don't see there being a huge problem with starting Hill over Timber this week. It's just Arsenal are the best defence in the league, so there's always that in your mind, really. I think Jack was in the chat before on TikTok. How are you doing, Jack? Your message is gone, bro, but nice to see you, man. How's the rank looking? The rank's been pretty stagnant for like 3 weeks, man. Like 400 to 455k. It's just been going back and forward like that. So, it's okay. I'd like a green arrow this week. Why is someone with their ass out in my TikTok live? You're getting blocked, mate. Gabriel. Gabriel. I mean, if you want to attack the Wolves fixture and you think you'll start, go for it. But I'll always pick Gabriel because he's just so good. Rogers or Ryan? I'd say Ryan. It's hard to tell when and where Tavernier's going to fit into the Bournemouth squad. Is he going to start this week? Is he going to get reduced minutes this week? I think he'll get reduced minutes. Hard. 450k and people are listening whatever that said. Yep, absolutely, mate. If you don't want to listen, do this. Whoop. You can scroll, mate. Ryan or Dango? Dango's the guy, man. Who would you consider on free hit? I'd go the Liverpool route. I'd go Salah captain. I'd get Ekatike in there, get Thiago, get Haaland. Maybe a Soboslai as well if you don't want Salah. But Salah should be on pens as always. Senesi ain't too bad. Kelleher in goal probably as well on a free hit. Why is Dango so popular? I mean, he's owned by 2% of players, so he's not popular. People are just talking about him. I've bought him this week, though. We sold João Gomez, bought Dango, and we sold Enzo and bought Soboslai. Of course, in the light of the news about Florian Wirtz, Soboslai now looks a really good pick again. Muzzamil, bro, long time. Hope you're well. I'm great, mate. How are you, Muzzamil? How are you, bro? Any leaks on Kroopy? I'm not seeing a lot. Maybe there's something I'm missing, but from my notes here, there's nothing to report about him. No. I mean, he's a bench player anyway. Roofs or Pickford? Away from home Sunderland. I'd probably lean towards Pickford, you know. I probably would. Appreciate the gifts, Muzzamil, man. I do, man. I really do. If you've got a question, Muzzamil, do let me know. Yasif says Dango or Sharda to transfer. Now go Dango. How long is Vert out for? We don't know. Timber or Hill? Curtis, honestly, I don't mind starting Hill if you really want to. It's just Arsenal are the best defence in the league. It's honestly a flip of a coin, but I support Sunderland. We're struggling to score goals. We really are. So, Robbie's injured as well. Mukele's injured. We're falling apart, but Xhaka might be back. Xhaka could be back. I hope he is. Why not Rodgers? I've never been a fan of Rodgers, in all honesty, in FPL. Bro, all my players are playing each other this week. It's all good, man. It sometimes happens. Finally, gone have one transfer next week. Gonna feel hella weird. I mean, Jack, you always have loads of transfers. I don't know how it happens. I don't know how it happens. Rodgers might have to go out my team if he blanks versus Wolves. He's not worth the money. I just don't think he's worth it much as an FPL asset. He could do amazing tonight. He really could, but his data's never been quite there for me. I'm an analytical manager. I go for stuff like that. If you're not, it's a good fixture on paper. I'll just keep hold of him. Made 3 transfers. Wow, let's go. What ones did you make? AB says João Pedro to Igor Thiago and Enzo to Dango. Enzo to Dango feels strong. Soboslai is a great pick now. Wirtz is injured for a little bit. We don't know how long that is, though. We've also got Harry Wilson as a decent pick for 4 weeks. Kevin Sharda is a bit more expensive, but still decent. Right, I'm going to do Enzo to Wilson, says Orange Apple. Nice. Wilson's a great pick. I'm 345th in the world now, but don't have any Brentford guys, which might bring me down. I mean, you're absolutely smashing it anyway, bro. You do you. You do you, honestly. Mizamel says Palmer and Sarr out for Wilson and Soboslai. Yeah, that's pretty strong moves, Muzamil. Pretty strong moves. Absolutely. Junior Edit says punting Elliot Anderson and benching Gabriel. Benching Gabriel over Elliot Anderson seems wild. What if Gabriel just scores a header, mate? You're knackered. I don't know. I'm not feeling that move, to be honest, bro. But if you're feeling it yourself, go for it, man. We've got some moves here of... where's it gone? Sanchez to Kelleher, Leclerc to Virgil van Dijk, and Rice to Kevin Sharda. Wow. Nice. Let's keep liking the live on TikTok, by the way. You rate Evan Nielsen like that? Not really. Not really. He's been really disappointing, honestly. He really has. If he gets another early sub this week, I honestly might sell him. He's been a bit woeful, but hey, we'll see. We'll see. What team do you support? Sunderland. Sell creepy. Sell creepy. He's crap. I just don't see Creepy as an option. He's just one of them bench players, really, isn't he? If you think he'll start, go for it. But he just doesn't seem to start many games. Orange Apple's got his team here: Raya, Senesi, Virgil van Dijk, Gabriel, Wilson, Cunha, Rogers, Semenyo, Ekitike, Thiago, and Haaland. Who's your captain, Orange Apple? You missed it. I support City. Hey, do you think you'll catch Arsenal? Do you think you'll catch them? Irish says start one: Anderson of Fulham or Enzo or DCL. It would be Anderson of Fulham, actually. Yeah. Best differential captain, Mohamed Salah. By a mile, it's Mohamed Salah. He's the best differential captain. Sobosai or Dango Otara. I don't have a wild card, so who's better long term? It'd be Dango Otara. Well, probably looking at fixture wise, who would that actually be? It'd probably be Brentford assets because it's just for a long, long time till like 35. They've got good fixtures, but Liverpool are definitely up there. Honestly, you could pick any one of those two assets and be really happy long term, I feel. Obviously, Verts could come back at any point, and Soboslai then plays maybe a bit deeper, or right back even, but we don't know. I think Dango is pretty good. Soboslai with the Verts injury becomes really, really nice. I don't know, Haaland or Semenyo for captain. It would probably be Haaland with the pen, surely, wouldn't it? Cheers, pal. Thinking the same. Yeah, I think Anderson with the home fixture against Spurs is pretty good. I'm thinking about Shardy, always pops up with a couple hauls every season. Yeah, he's had a haul this season already, hasn't he? When he scored the hat trick. I can't remember who it was against though. Was that keep or sell Palmer? I'd sell personally and buy Mohamed Salah if you can afford it. On my wild card, who's better, Dango or Ryan? Dango. Bear in mind, I already have two Brentford players. Ooh, probably Ryan then, but Brentford long term are really quite good. Sobosai as well. We're just discussing that. Really good. Sharda minutes risk. I don't think it's as bad as people are making it out, in all honesty. And I think still, like this week, is a really great option for Brentford. He should start. There's no injury concerns really now. I think he'll be fine. Best captain other than Haaland and not Bruno, Mohamed Salah. Connor said, I'm thinking about... Oh, no, I've already read that one. I think that's a Liam with a fancy writing in his name. Do I transfer Van Dijk in for Timber? Do you know what? Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a decent move. Long-term fixtures, great for Liverpool. Van Dijk's a good option. Why not captain Haaland? I think that said. I can't remember who said it there. It just went past. I just think he's the second best option this week. Probably, actually. Would he be this? Would he be the third best option? Salah's definitely up there. Why not Anderson? I don't know who I would swap out of my team. How come you got Ever in there? He's been in my team since the Liverpool fixture. He's done nothing much really for me. Look, we'll see how he gets on this week against my side, Sunderland. I hope he blanks because he's playing my team, but I don't know. We'll give him the week. We'll see. If he gets reduced minutes again, he's getting sold. He's really annoying me at the moment. But from next week, I'm going Rice to... Why is the chat go so far? Sorry, Ms. Mill. Next week, I'm going Rice to Salah. Yeah, it's nice. That's nice. Ekitike or Thiago? Thiago's the guy, man. Thiago is the guy. Raya or Donnarumma? You'd go Donnarumma this week. City do have have an okay chance for clean sheet. I feel as though it's going to be a hard fixture for them. I took Virgil van Dijk out 3 weeks ago like a clown. Mate, it is what it is, I'm a Bournemouth fan and I completely get it with Evan Nielsen. I just swapped in Kroopy straight away. The problem is with Kroopy, it's like he doesn't start many games. It feels like he's not really doing anything. Why Bruno captain, says Robs. For me, he's the best option this week. Palace are kind of, in my opinion, on a bit of a downfall. It's at home for United. You know, it's going to be massive if they win this game. Bruno as an asset, though, has always been fantastic this season. He really has. So, yeah, I love him as captain. I love him as captain most game weeks. Connor says he's going to go for Ryan this week. Wow. I mean, of course, Sunderland haven't been as good recently, but I would still be cautious that we are a decent team. It's away from home for us, though, so to be fair, Ryan's probably not a bad shout. When is Man City's double? We don't have a confirmed double for Man City. We don't have a confirmed one. By Dango or Soboslai, I'd probably lean towards Soboslai a little bit more, but Dango's just a really good option. I've just cut out the middleman and bought both of them this week. Put Igor captain. I removed him, then lost. I can't quite get what you were trying to say there, bro. Morgan Rogers captain or Bruno captain? Bruno. I don't really like Morgan Rogers as an asset, but if you feel him against Wolves, go for it. Enzo Semenyo, Sarta Dango. Yeah. He's confident and informed, says Connor. Talking about Ryan there. Nearly scored a worldie against West Ham. Yeah, really good point. It was a really good run. I'm pretty sure he's returning every other game. You could go for him. I'm not saying he's a bad shout. I think it's still quite early into his Premier League career. A lot of uncertainties, but if you're on a free hit and you want to punt, it might be a decent shout, you know. Haaland captain, not for me. Not this week. He's a good option. He's a really good option. I'd say he's probably second or third best option this week, alongside Bruno Fernandes first. Hill or Cash? Ooh. I'd honestly look at Hill. I'd look at Hill. Rice and Gahey out for Soboslai and Virgil van Dijk. Yeah, good moves. Good moves. Obviously, selling Gahey ahead of Leeds isn't that fun. But it doesn't seem like a bad set of moves for the long term, setting yourself up. Captain Bruno, he's blanked 2 out of 3 weeks or something, he said. So, that doesn't matter too much, bro. I mean, people blank all the time. You can't have returns every week, you know. I mean, Salah did last season, but look at him now. He's worn out. Nah, I think he's a great option. Zafran's in the chat. How are we, guys? How are you doing, Zafran, man? How are we doing? Connor says, what about Kolo Muani? Not against Fulham for me. No. Not against Fulham. Muzamil says, best strategy, bro. Got all chips except wild cards. If you can set yourself up nicely to survive blank game week 31 and set yourself up for game week 32 with a bench boost, then free hit out of it and hope there's another double, that could be a move. But I think bench boosting in that big double game week that could potentially be coming is the way to go, and then free hit in the week after. Who would you bench out of Maguire, Senesi, and Rice? Probably maybe Maguire there. Maybe Maguire. If you haven't liked the stream already, by the way, make sure you double tap the screen or like the video on YouTube. It does really help out. Haaland or Thiago captain? Haaland. Should I buy Konsa? I wouldn't buy Konsa personally. Orange Apple says, I have 1.2 in the bank. Do I keep a free transfer or upgrade Alderete, Lewis Miley, or Haven? Ooh. Do you not like the idea of getting Anderson for 4 weeks? Anderson's a great option if you can upgrade him from Heaven. Pardon me. Still no Hill, I see. Yeah, I've not made a defensive transfer. I don't need one. But he's a good option. He's a really good option. Why are you captaining Bruno and not Haaland? I think he's the better option this week, so I'm going to go for it. Bit of a differential move as well. I might change Anderson for Soboslai. Soboslai is a great option now. Verta's got that injury. I feel as though it's definitely a move you could consider. Mizamel says Richards versus Dallo versus Rodon. Diego Dallo's better than Richards this week, but Richards is better than Rodon. Only thing is, who do I bench? Like, is it really needed? Yeah, if your team's solid, you don't need to do it. If your team's solid, you don't need to do that move. I'll just save it. I mean, you've got to think about blank 31 coming up. Wow, you put Virgil. I've had Virgil for I don't know how many weeks, but a very, very, very long time. I was Virgil owner before the hype train arrived. To my own demise, though. I'm really disappointed on myself not to trust my gut with Hill when Senesi instead on wildcard 24. Hill stealing Senesi's defcons. Yeah, Hill's been a monster recently. Hill's been an absolute monster. Appreciate the gifts as well, Muzamil, man. You're a legend, bro. Legend. Who should I captain? Who have you got? Who have you got? There's a lot of options this week. A lot of options. I think if I honestly had to pick, I would say Salah is second best. Obviously, Bruno is my first because he's my captain. Third, I would say Haaland. Maybe second, actually. It's tough to call. I think there's a lot of good options this week, though. When is donations for YouTube coming? I'm miles off that, bro. I'm miles off that. I need about 2,000 plus more watch hours on YouTube. So if you want donos, you'll have to just sit and watch all of my videos back to back to back. Muzamil says all the best. Good luck, bro. Good luck, Muzamil, man. I'll see you next week, bro. Drop me a message, Muzamil, as well with how your team's getting on. Change your captain, brother? Hell no. Hell no. Give us £1 million and I'll let you change me captain. How about that? Guess I got to lock in. I think I have to lock in. Rank 1 million type of team. Not quite, bro. Not quite. Casey says it's stupid to captain Virgil. I wouldn't say it's stupid, but I think there are better options. I do think there are better options. Why do you believe in Sobosai that much, Mogs? Every time he's ready, you always have him. It's more so. Obviously, if you've seen my videos this week, I wasn't on Sobosai in at all. However, Vert's being injured now opens the door to Sobosai playing Vert's role, which is really attractive to me, especially with the fixtures coming up. So for me, Sobosai is a really great option. I always like him because data-wise, he's fantastic. Where can I send my team? Says Muzamil. Yeah, just drop me a message on TikTok, bro. Like when the game week's like halfway through, drop me a message. Show me how you're doing, because I'm interested by a team, man. Play Tavernier instead of Timber. I don't know if Tavernier gets a lot of minutes this week, Osama. Are you desperate for rank, that Bruno captain? I just think, to be honest with you, I think with my captain, it's not the case of I'm chasing rank. It's the case I do think Bruno Fernandes will get the most points out of the rest of my team. That's kind of roughly where my head's at with captain pretty much every single week. Is Hill a decent option? Yes, absolutely. You sure about the Arsenal defence? Yeah. Yeah. Start Virgil van Dijk or Gabriel? Probably Gabriel because he's just a guy, man. But Virgil's a great option. I would have both. I'd have both. Best goalkeeper, Kelleher. At the moment, Kelleher. Pardon me. I bought Verts and he's injured. Oh no, Josh. See that's early transfers for you. Don't make them. Don't make them. Arsenal will drop points. Yeah, I could see it happening. I could see it happening. I don't think they're immediate sells in FPL though, but I can see them drop points. Yeah. When's the Orange Apple Mogs podcast? I mean, you need to win the mini league, bro. You need to win the mini league. I'm sure we can do something in the future, man, for a bit of fun. Ewan Morgan says bench one: Wilson, Rice, Bruno, Rogers, or Soboslai. Oh my god, probably Rice. Probably Rice. So how are you sure on the Arsenal defence if they're going to drop points? I didn't say they're going to drop points. I could say I can see it. If you want to give us a few extra free transfers, bro, we'll make some moves. Why not? Is Vert out long term? We honestly don't know. We honestly don't know. Soboslai for me is worth a transfer in though. 3 Arsenal defences wild. Not so much considering they've just had a double game week. Obviously, I would have had triple Arsenal for that. I haven't had the opportunity to transfer them out and don't see the need to transfer them out anytime soon. We're going to dead end into game week 31 anyway. Why didn't you bring in Wilson instead of Soboslai? Or maybe a Tavernier, Ryan, a deal? I've got Tavernier. Personally, with the Verts injury, that's amazing. An opportunity-wise for Soboslai. I think that's slightly better than Harry Wilson for my team. Why do you have 3 Arsenal defenders? Chelsea will score. I think they're the best defence in the league. I can see Chelsea scoring, of course, but going off like clean sheet potential, Arsenal are often the best in the league. Haaland might blank again, like when City when he played at home against Leeds. Yeah, he could do. Could do. He's my vice this week, so I'm not too bothered. I think that's Shafiq there. What's up, bro? I'm second in your league. You've also got a few different teams, which I've noticed, Shafiq. Am I right with that one? I think you've got a few teams. Let me know if I'm wrong, though. Thiago, captain or Haaland? Haaland. Lucas says Dubravka over Bruggen. Appreciate the gifts as well, Lucas. I've just seen that there. Verbruggen for me. Verbruggen. You know, bro, I've dropped from 30k to 70k. Oh, your team looks good this week, though, doesn't it? Samurai says Thiago over Pedro for a 4-point hit. Maybe. For a 4-point, I think that's okay. I think it's okay. I know I've gone crazy when I'm considering benching Haaland for Call. That is crazy, Connor. I would not be doing that. Zafran says, but Soboslai's still playing right back, isn't he? Yeah, but Verta's injured, so he should move into that more advanced position and someone else play right back. That should what happen. That should what happen. That should be what happens. Soboslai captain? No, not for me. Haha, yes, only got 2 teams, bro. Well, we're gonna take your lowest ranked team for the league, bro. We can't have 2 teams in the same league. That's cheating. That's cheating. Do you think Palmer is a sell? Yeah. Chelsea's fixtures look ass. I'd get Salah personally if you can afford him, if you're selling Palmer. Can't Jones play Cam? Yeah, of course. Soboslai has played there the majority of the season, though. Sesko? Nah. We don't know if he starts every game, though. That's a problem, and he doesn't. He comes on as a sub. Not for me. Connor says Kolo Muani is the new Kevin. He absolutely is as well. He absolutely is. Stop doing that. Salah advice is absolutely diabolical. No, it's not. You're just looking at Salah through the wrong lens, brother. Salah's a pretty decent option. In fact, he's probably the 2nd or 3rd best captain this week. So selling Palmer for Salah is not a bad shout, especially if you want a differential captain. Should I do Timber to Virgil or start Virgil over Anderson or Roll? You'd start Virgil this week, 100%. 100% you would. If you want to do that Timber Virgil move, I don't mind it. I've advised that already this stream. Bournemouth or Fulham defender. I'd go Fulham personally, just with how bad Spurs are. But new manager, we don't know. Hey, I will hold you to that. But bro's doing a victory lap when he's leaving this summer. Do you reckon? I don't know. It's weird with Salah because I feel as though he's a really great option, but people are just like absolutely hate him. Absolutely hate him. Zebby says, you sure it's time for Bruno captain after that cute blank on Monday? Was it cute? I think it was pretty annoying. Yeah, we're going for Bruno. We're going for Bruno, Zebby. I don't know. I'm not as keen on Haaland this week compared to Bruno. Connor said, I've convinced myself in my head he will outscore Haaland now. Oh my days. I don't, to be honest, says Content Clinic. Just prices versus form. I feel like it's been 9 games, maybe even more. I don't know. I feel as though Salah and Liverpool are on the uptrend. I like them personally, especially in the situation we're putting it in context. The situation we were talking about selling Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer's fixtures are terrible. Salah's are great. I think if you got the money, it's worth considering. Ethan says, not seeing anything regarding FPL this week, press conferences, etc. I'm thinking of Enzo and Timber to Virgil van Dijk and Wirtz. Wirtz is injured. So I don't make the Wirtz move. Yeah, is the one bit of advice I'll give you there. Enzo selling is still a good idea, though. Chelsea, you got bad fixtures, simple as. We don't know when Wirtz is going to be back as well. We've got another question. Realistically, with West Ham's recent form, do you expect a clean sheet for Liverpool? I think they've got a great chance for it. West Ham have been performing better. We can't hide from that, but it's still a good fixture for Liverpool, absolutely. Samurai says, I keep Pedro and take DCL out for Thiago, but 4-point hit still. Thoughts? I'll just do Pedro anyway. I mean, you don't want to be starting him against Arsenal really anyway, to be honest, do you? If you want to keep him though, I understand that. But for me, he's a sell. Would you go Enzo to Wilson or Enzo to Szoboszlai if not Wirtz? If you're wildcarding in 32, I'd be more inclined to go Wilson. If you're not and you don't have many chips left, I'd go Szoboszlai. Szoboszlai for me is a good option. Haaland isn't even in my squad this week. My first sub is Evan Nielsen. Connor, you've lost your mind. Samurai says, top man, I appreciate the advice and it leaves me a few mil in the bank then. Thanks. Mate, shout out to you, Samurai, man. Hope your moves go well, bro. Why do I feel like Rodgers gets a brace tonight? I don't know. I'm not feeling that. I'm not feeling what you're feeling, bro. I'll be honest. He could do really well. I don't know. Wolves have just looked a little bit better. Start Evan Nielsen, Dallo, or Chow. Evan Nielsen. I mean, the order would probably be Evan Nielsen, Chow, Dallo, if that helps you in any way. Timber or Senesi. Again, this is a common question I'm getting on stream today. Do you go with Timber or do you go with the Bournemouth defender of Hill or Senesi? I don't mind going for that Bournemouth defender. Again, I'll say this. Arsenal are the best defence in the league. They're going to want to extend their lead in the title race as well. I think Arsenal are good, but Bournemouth, if you really want to go ahead and pick a Bournemouth defender in that situation, it is not a bad option this week. It really is not. Best striker to buy for 10 mil, Thiago. Kevin says, Captain Ekatike or Bruno? Bruno. Zafran says, should we sell Munoz? I'd probably hold with some of the games that they've got coming up, but he's not been great. He's not been great. I mean, he was good that last week, actually, wasn't he? What strikers are there? What to buy at the moment? I mean, Thiago's top of the list. Other than that, there's not a lot going. There's not a lot going. Ekatike's okay. He's okay. I think Thiago's better, though. Should be on pens, too, compared to Ekatike, who is not on pens. Verbruggen or Kelleher? Kelleher. Kelleher's a fantastic keeper till about 35. Ekatike, not okay. 2 goals in 11 games. Yeah, but the fixtures coming up are fantastic, Harry. In the context of that conversation, we're talking about strikers that are worth buying. It's only really Thiago and Ekatike that come to mind. And for me, I would say Thiago is by far the better option. So I agree with the sort of Ekatike critique there in the goals, Harry. Absolutely. Thiago's the best pound for pound player in FPL. I mean, is he? I don't know. What's like the ratio we're using there? It's like points per million. I don't know who's got the best points per million. I think that's the how it works, isn't it? I actually don't know. I would guess it's like Bruno Fernandes or he's quite expensive though, isn't he? Maybe Thiago actually. Yeah. Can you let me in? Sorry, Hamish. No, we don't do guests on streams. I've got another question here. Who out for Anderson? Gabriel, Virgil, Cash. Do I bench? Anderson of Nottingham Forest, you'd bench there. For captain, sorry. For captain this week, my order goes as follows. Bruno Fernandes first, Salah second, Haaland third. Fourth is most likely Thiago. Why not playing Anderson? I think Anderson of Fulham's a better option. That's probably the player I would bench if I was to, but I'm not going to. Connor's got his team in. He's got Kelleher, Vandenberg, Hill, O'Reilly, and Buemo captain. Wow. Rogers, Bruno, Ryan, Semenyo, Thiago, Colomboani, with a bench of Donnarumma, Evan Nilsson, Virgil van Dijk, and Gabriel. Connor, that is such a crazy team. Enzo Soboslai or Vert? Soboslai, because Vert is injured. How do I send my team? We don't do team reviews on deadline streams, bro, but feel free to ask any question you'd like. I'll try my best to get to it. There's a lot of questions today. Ryan or João Pedro, Ryan. Enzo and Sarta, Dango, and Semenyo from -4. Ooh. I'd keep Sar and sell Enzo to Dango. You don't want to do the you don't want to do too much this week in terms of hits, in my opinion. I don't think there's any need for a hit at all in FPL, to be honest, in many ways. You can pretty much plan for anything. Going at 5 free transfers is pretty good. Will Sunderland get a clean sheet? Probably not. We're away from home, and we're kind of doing bad at the moment. I hope we do. I really do, but if you're thinking about starting Michele, he's injured, if that helps you in any way. Connor says start one. Thiago, Evan Nielsen, Virgil van Dijk. You've got to start Thiago. Thiago's great. Why Bruno over Haaland? I think he's the best option this week. Look, it's just so many routes to points for Bruno. For me, Palace are on the downtrend. It's at home for Manchester. It's a really good opportunity for them to get some points on the board. I think Bruno's a great option this week. Leeds away from home. If it was at home for Haaland, I would captain him, even though he blanked previously in the season. But Ellen Road's a hard place to go to, in my opinion. So we're going for Bruno this week. He's meant into your house. He's outside, Mogs. It's cold. What? What do you mean? Anderson of Fulham. I meant so Anderson from Fulham. Ah, right. I get you. It would probably be Anderson of Fulham then. Would I play Cash over him? That is a good question. Would I play Cash over Anderson of Fulham? Probably. It is away from home though. It is at Wolves. Wolves are crap though. Where are you overall? 455k, mate. So not the best at the moment. We'll see, though. We'll see. My team's been a bit meek, especially last week. A bit meek. Would you bend Gabriel for Barry? I don't know what that means. Oh, bench. I seen bend first, RB. No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't. I would not do that. Don't worry, Orange. I seen that message before you retracted it there. Yeah, I don't know with the Anderson. It'd be Anderson versus Cash for me there, but Cash is away from home. Anderson's at home. Anderson's good at DEFCONs, at Spurs. The crap. I'd probably play Anderson personally, but Cash is not a bad option with Wolves. Vandenberg in February is crazy. Sobasaya Dango, both. Really, it depends. I am not reading that question. What's green and smells of pork? It's Kermit something, but we're not reading it. Sobasai long term is really great. Dango long term is really great. I feel as though Vert will be back at some point soon, but maybe a few weeks' time. That maybe pushes you towards Dango ever so slightly. What's green and smells like pork? That's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Charlie says Hall or Timber. I'd probably go with Hall this week. Evan Nielsen or Senesi? Evan Nielsen. Evan Nielsen. Bought in Hill and Kelleher for Michele and Sanchez. Thoughts? Brilliant transfers. I think they're great. We've got about, how long till the deadline now? 29 minutes till the deadline, guys. 29 minutes now. So we're getting closer and closer. Just be aware of the time left you've got. Enzo or Dewsbury Hall to start? Be Dewsbury Hall, I think. I'm going to say Dewsbury Hall. And Jai or Wilson? Wilson. Wilson. Dango or Wilson? Dango long term, Wilson short, I would say. But even still, Dango's a really good short term option, but he's got great fixtures till 35. What am I thinking with Kolo Muani? Only God knows. I mean, I don't even think God knows, Connor. I regret Kolo Muani already, and I still have 28 minutes to get him gone. Mate, you've got all the time in the world to get him gone. Shout out Nico for the gift on TikTok as well, man. Appreciate that, brother. How you doing, Nico, man? João Pedro or Thiago? Thiago for me. Oh, the hiccups or something here. Ollie says Pickford or Dubravka. Pickford. Krupi or Otara for tomorrow. Dango, definitely. I am not entirely sure that Krupi Jr. starts the game. And that's a problem we have quite often with that asset. Enzo and Sata, Dango and Semenyo from -4. I'm not sure I'd take it -4 for it, but if you're feeling it, go for it. For me in FPL, -4s aren't really something you should be doing. It just feels a bit risky at times, but if you think there is a lot of upside in that -4, you could go for it realistically. I'm just not as keen. Depends on the rest of your team, to be fair, because if you can bench some of the bad players in your side, it's not terrible. One more question, Enzo or Zubimendi? Oh, probably Zubimendi, but not by much. Global position 455k. Tavernier over Timber. I don't think I'm gonna do it. Would you start Timber to double up on the Arsenal defence or Calvert-Lewin? It would be double Arsenal defence. Any chip strategies? Mine personally is wildcard 32, bench boost 33, and free hit in 34. So 3 consecutive weeks, 3 consecutive chips. Really looking forward to it because we're hopefully going to get a huge double game week. Tavernier over Anderson. Again, I think I just prefer Anderson this week. I think the problem with Tavernier is expected minutes. Yes, he definitely could start this week, but would you be surprised straight back from injury if he comes off at the 60th minute? I wouldn't be surprised at that. So I think that's where we're sat currently with Tavernier. Play Tavernier will get like 70 minutes. I don't think he will. I think like 60 minutes, maybe even less he might get. I don't know. I don't know. I think Anderson from Fulham is a better option this week. And Anderson of Nottingham Forest, actually, because I've got him ahead on bench. We'll see. If he's fit this week, I'll definitely play him next week. It's just hard to see, like, straight back from injury, I'm just absolutely smashing it. But I could absolutely be wrong. Could absolutely be wrong. Zafran says, it's interesting. I personally think Solanke might start more ahead of him, but only God, Tudor, and Connor knows Spurs' lineup. Yeah, true. Nico says, should I start Rice or Anderson? I'd probably go Rice, but Anderson ain't a bad shout. I'd probably go Rice. Are you schizo? Who said that? Start Reinders or João Pedro? Neither. I'm joking, Adam. It would be João Pedro because the minutes are much better. Moogs, when it comes to ignoring my comments, bro, I ain't reading all that yap. Nah, I'm joking. Where have I missed? Oh, the fact Connor is ahead of me and half and half the years and has had Kevin Thomas check in his team is such a joke. Yeah, it's not great, Orange. You need to up your game, bro. I mean, Connor's probably better ranked than me, isn't he? So what's going on here? Lefay or Anderson? Who should I start? Anderson for me. Sobosai differential captain? I wouldn't captain him, but he's definitely a differential in himself. Wilson or Rogers? Wilson. Sanchez or Dubravka? Dubravka. O'Reilly or Gahey? O'Reilly. Yeah, I'm ahead of you, Mugs. I thought you were. I don't even know what rank you are. I've lost track of you in the league. Well, you like... You definitely you were near the top last time, weren't you? I don't know. You're going to have to tell us, mate. I had Kevin for 4 weeks and I'm ahead of you, mate. What do you mean? Kevin's a solid option. Little bit of this, little bit of that team. It actually is. That's how I'd describe his team perfectly. What rank are you? 455k. So we're doing just really average, actually. Sell Kelleher, and if best replacements, Kelleher is actually probably the best keeper to buy in the game right now. Adam's 51k. Let's go, Adam, lad. That's unreal, man. Harvey Gibbs says, nice team, bro. Destined for a green arrow this week. I bloody hope so. Is Soboslai going to play more advanced now because of its injury? Or is Dango still a better pick? I think they're both pretty level peggins on picks, in all honesty. But yes, Soboslai should play a bit more advanced now versus injured, hopefully. I do think that's going to be the case, but, you know, he may tucking it right back in a few weeks' time if Verts is back, which is why I would say Dango's maybe the better longer-term option. But still, Soboslai's got great fixtures coming up. Thiago or Ekatike? Thiago. Roofs or Dubravka? I'd go Robin Roofs. Connor is 21st in my mini league, and he's dropped from 215k to 242k last week. To be fair, Connor, though, you've used a few chips more than me. So, hey, I might bunny hop you soon. João Pedro to Ekatike, Bowen to Thiago, Verts to Dango for a -4. Ooh. I would probably do that move, but I still don't like -4s, to be honest, bro. I still don't like -4s. I messed up and brought in Verts. Oh, no. Do I -4 to get him out? If you could just play someone off your bench, that's probably the better one. Sorry, bro, didn't hear. Did you say Thiago or Ekatike? Thiago. Thiago. Sobosai or Dango for Rice. I'd go Sobosai personally, but Dango's a really great longer term option. Don't think I'm in a position to give advice to someone who that outperforming me, Connor. So you do you. Yeah, I mean, Connor, if you want to go Kolo Muani, absolutely go for it. Yeah, I only have my bench boost looked after this. Ah, there we go. There we go. We're gonna catch up to you, Connor. Don't you worry about that, mate. Come on. PJ says Dango Shada, Dango. What should I do as my game week 31 transfer? I mean, that's miles away, so I can't really give too much advice on it. Yes, Jan Isser, I think that says. Should I take out Richards, O'Reilly, or Gabriel? I can also keep them and play 2 defense. I mean, it's quite far away, so I'm not too sure, bro. I'll be honest with you. Bro can't even keep a straight face saying go for Kolo Muani. I mean, he's bragging about his rank, so I'm telling him to go for him. Go for him. Do it. Do it, Connor. I dare you. Nico says Kelleher, Gabriel Richards, Virgil van Dijk, Anderson, Rice, Sobosai, Bruno Fernandes, Ekatike, Thiago Haaland. It's a pretty good team, Nico. I don't think there's much you would change there, really, isn't there? It's just good fun to have him in it. Yeah, it's great fun, Connor. You should definitely pick him. You should definitely pick him. Mogs is secretly a Connor hater like Orange. I'm a no one hater, man. I'm a no one hater. A guy 01 says Croupy Junior in for Matty Cash. I'll play Matty Cash over Croupy Junior this week. Who should I replace? What does that say? Who should I replace? Cash, Timber, or Gabriel, or should I keep? I'd keep all 3 of those. FPL Hayes says Pickford, Tarkovsky, Timber, Gabriel, Palmer, Rice, Bruno Fernandes, Dango, Semenyo, Ekatike, captain, and Thiago. Was that Ekatike, captain? Wow. What's your rank? 455k. So not great, but we're pretty average. We're pretty average over here. Mogs is a Mogs hater. I actually love myself. No, I don't really. All love here, bro. It is, man. Got a nice little community, don't we? Sobosai Wilson. Sobosai longer term, Wilson shorter term. Any news for Tammy Abraham in the starting lineup? I doubt we'll get that news, but we can absolutely have a look. We'll have a look. White Tavernier on the bench. I don't think his expected minutes will be very good. And that's kind of it. That's kind of it with that one. Yeah, I don't think we'll get any Villa news, I'm afraid, bro. Thoughts on Gakpo? He's okay. He's okay. Mogs, you're an amazing fella. We all love you. Shout out, Conor, man. I have Gabriel on the bench. Really? Why? Why Gabriel on the bench? What's going on? Bernardo Silva or Ghana? It's not a great set of players. Maybe Ghana, but Bernardo Silva could be okay against Leeds, but I don't know if he starts, mate. Semenyo, Bruno, captain, Bruno. What's up, guys? I've only been able to jump on now, and I need serious help. Joshua Biggs, come on then, let's see it. Zafran says Raya or Rice to get rid of in 31. If I had to get rid of one, personally, it would be you'd bench Raya because you've probably got Dubravka if I'm right, or at least a starting keeper. Connor, actually, really insane apologies. Oh dear, what has he said? Oh, it's retractive. I can't even see. Oh well. Yeah, Connor, you're in the stands, mate. Virgil van Dijk, huge risk. How so, Sam? How is it a huge risk? Thiago did really good last time against Burnley. Tempted to captain him. Could do, mate. Could do. Nico says, have a nice day. I will go now. Nico, thank you for stopping by, man. Thank you for stopping by, bro. Always a pleasure. Wouldn't Palace lock up the midfield of the pitch anyway against United the same way Everton did? I mean, it's very much a different team. It's a very much a different team, very transitional team compared uh, You know, it's one of those things where I don't think it's going to be the same situation. And as well, I do believe that Bruno is the guy that will find the spaces against pretty much any team. Obviously, last week struggled too, but for me, it's not worth really thinking about that too much. Joe Todd says, beer. Beer. I had a beer. We're not having a beer tonight. I'll be honest, Joe. Joe, what are you doing in FPL, bro? I actually haven't asked you this week. Soboslai maybe started right back. Verts is injured, bro, so I would assume you'd play Cam. Yeah, I can't see him playing right back. Wilson or Timber this week? Wilson, absolutely. Joe Todd says, I like how I'm just full government named you there, Joe. But transferred out Chalobah to Virgil van Dijk, captain Haaland. Nice one, Joe. Nice. Yeah, Chelsea have been stinky, man. Chelsea are stinky. The fixtures that Chelsea have got coming up are so bad. Fulham's Raul? Nah. I mean, he comes off at like the 65th minute most games, doesn't he? Oh my god, Connor, what are you saying for it to be this bad? Everyone's kicking off at you. Can you pick 3 out of this list? Van Hex, Senesi, Chow, Gabriel. Gabriel, Chow, Senesi. There you go. That was easy. No, I do think it would be that anyway. Looking at your team, I prefer Tavernier instead of Timber and Timber first sub. Problem is, I'm not entirely sure on Tavernier's minutes. By the way, great profile picture. I got a lot of City and Arsenal players, but I don't want to use the chip for the blank coming up. Yeah, that's a good point. I think the problem with that is just navigating it. You can always bench at least 4 players, so then you've just kind of got to think about the starting 11. Yeah, it's one of those ones, Joe, where I'm pretty sure you'll be able to survive. You do have a lot of players from those teams, though, don't you? I'm sure it'll be okay, though. Especially if you just use your transfers from, like, after this week just for that. Like, it should be good. Did you catch my teammate? I didn't catch your team, Joshua, because there was a million comments when you did so, but I will scroll up and find it. Oh, I found it, Joshua. There we go. My team is Raya, Senesi, Gabriel, Timber, Gehi, Bruno, Enzo, Sar, Wilson, João Pedro, Ekatike, subs of Vert, Mane, Alderete. Got 4 free transfers and 2 million. I would personally look at getting rid of João Pedro for Thiago. You could go Sar to Dominic Soboslai, Dango, Sharda, Harry Wilson. You've got Harry Wilson actually. But yeah, I would kind of get Thiago in definitely. Cole Parker, thank you for the gifts as well, bro. Gabriel or João Pedro? Would be Gabriel this week. It would be. Sam says Cash or Timber to start. I'd personally go with Timber, but Cash against Wolves, it's always worth a punt in it. Wolves have been a little bit better though. Haaland, M says, Haaland or Wilson captain. Haaland for me, yeah. Tavernier probably on penalty duty, so the minutes thing will balance out. I mean, I've got him on penalties anyway. So yeah, I'm taking that into account. What makes you say Gabriel? I mean, João Pedro's against the best defense in the league, bro. I wouldn't pick him personally, but if you fancy him, go for it, man. What do you think, Cole? I'm not too sure personally. Zafran says, anyway, Mogs, what do you think about Sunderland starting to lose home games now? It is devastating, mate. It is absolutely devastating. I can't be arsed with it. Losing against Fulham last week was an absolute joke. But it is what it is. They had a good game. They had a good game. We didn't. Thought Stadium Light was a fortress. It was. I mean, we still only lost 2 home games all season. Bear in mind, they've been within weeks of each other. Or back to back, really, I should say. Is it worth getting rid of Timber for Virgil van Dijk? Yes, it could be. It could be. I'm playing 4-5-1, benching João Pedro. Benching João Pedro is a decent shout this week, but I would sell him if you could. Sunderland low-key wash nowadays. Yeah, we're not doing too well at the moment. We're really not. Michael says, start Ahmad versus Crystal Palace at home or Kieran Dewsbury Hall against Newcastle away. I'd go Ahmad and just hope he plays a good chunk of minutes. Shit team? Let's go, lads. Cheers, mate. I put Sobosai captain. Is that smart? I think there are better options this week, personally. Captain Ekatike. Again, I just think there are better options. Will Watkins start, do you think? It's really hard to predict, but I think he would start over Tammy Abraham. Sell Mukiele to Hill? Yeah, I would do that. I would do that. You kept Arsenal defence. You don't think Chelsea will win on Sunday? I don't think Chelsea will win on Sunday, no. Would you rather buy Virgil van Dijk or Dango as a transfer this week? I would rather buy... Oh, God. Who would I actually rather buy there? I'd probably rather buy Dango. I'd rather buy Dango. Dango's great. I wonder what Dango's ownership's going to be. Because it was at 2% before, wasn't it? Salah captain or Haaland? Salah. Why are you playing Dango? Bro, what? What do you mean? Chelsea won't let Arsenal out easy, though. You are absolutely right. You're absolutely right, bro. But still, I've had Arsenal triple up from the double game week and weeks and weeks and weeks before. I don't have the luxury of extra transfers to get rid of them, so that's why they're there. Yeah, it's a tough game. It's a tough game. I cannot believe we've only got 8 minutes now until the deadline. That is absolutely flown by. How is Dango a good pick? Look at his fixtures. Look how long his fixtures are good for. Look at his data and come back to me. Bruno, my captain too. Let's go, Cole. Let's go. Appreciate the gifts as well, man. Shout out, Cole, man. Went O'Reilly over Virgil van Dijk worth a punt? I personally go Virgil van Dijk. I think the fixtures are better for longer, and I like Virgil van Dijk as a better option, but O'Reilly has been playing out of position. Maybe something to pay attention to. Or sell Esteve to Hill? Esteve to Hill would be probably better, yeah. Bench Cash or Van Heck? Probably Van Heck. Rice or Timber this week? I would say Rice. I'd say Rice. I've gone Timber to Virgil van Dijk, João Pedro to Thiago. Should I get Enzo out as well? You could do Enzo out too, but maybe you could bench him this week and make the transfer next. Is Watkins starting? I would say yes. Why are you ignoring Haaland captain? He will get a hat-trick. Do you think so? He blanked at home this season so far. It's still a decent pick though. Right, I'm assistant managing this week. Oh dear. What would you do with my team, Orange Apple, if you're my assistant manager? Or do you mean the chip? I forgot about the chip. He loves scoring against Leeds. What, Haaland? I'm sure he blanked against them this season. Watch me get 27 points. I mean, I hope all 27 points come from Kolo Moani, mate. If you're still picking him, I don't know if you have or not. Have you captained Salah as well this week, Conor? I know you've went Haaland, haven't you? I used my last transfer in Raul or Anderson. I don't think you need to make those transfers particularly. Anderson's probably the better one, though. Have Peter Crouch up front. Let's go. Eze in for Timber. No. We don't know if he plays, like, good minutes as well. No Haaland, I'm cooked. Ah. Oh, no. Oh, no. Do I bench Rice for Richards? No. Bench boost? Not for me. Timber for Roberto Carlos might do it. That isn't a bad shout. Dango and Buemo. Probably in Buemo, but Dango is very close. I just really rate Manchester United as attacking-wise. Bro did Haaland to Kolo Muani. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what Connor's thinking, but he's going for it. And I respect it. Why are you playing Anderson? It's a decent option, mate, that's why. Sharda's not bad either, yeah. Richards or Esteve to Hill. I'd go Esteve because you're not going to be playing Esteve every single week. Hill's an option you can consider playing for the most weeks coming up. 4 minutes till the FPL deadline, guys. Samurai said it was 5. It's now 4 by the time I've seen that message. Elliot Anderson over Fulham Anderson? No. Oh, hell no. Not for me this week, bro. But it's still, it's an option I've considered, yeah. Soboslai or Cody Gakpo? Soboslai. Saliba, Virgil van Dijk? Yes. Vert or Wilson? Wilson. Vert is injured. Anderson or Hill at the back? I would go Anderson, but Hill is very, very, very close. Mate, Defcon and bonus points for Elliot. Way better. How do you know he's going to get bonus? Is what I'd ask you. How do you know he's going to get bonus? We know why he's going to get Defcon. But Anderson is very good at Defcon as well. And he's got a home fixture as well. I don't know. I prefer Fulham's Anderson this week. I was thinking Bruno Cat, but not sure. I'm on it this week. And I'm about to confirm it in 3 minutes' time. Wait, because why am I actually playing Randall effing Kolo Muani over the best striker in the Prem since Harry Kane? I don't know, Connor. Why are you doing that? But I would keep it that way. Definitely. Definitely would do that. 100%. When you bench boosting in 33, because it should, hopefully, be a huge double game week. Keep 2, leave 1. Wilson, Rogers, Dango. Keep Wilson and Dango. Get rid of Rogers. But he's got a good game week this week. Good fixture this week, sorry. But, I mean, all do. All of them do. But I'm not as keen on Rogers as other people are. Sesko, no. No. When he plays every single week, maybe. But no. Bro ain't him. I'll be honest. Bro ain't him. Switch your captain last second to Haaland. No. Hill or Richards to start? I'd start Hill over Richards this week. Bench Garner? Yes, but who for? Who are you bringing in? You got 2 minutes. On a free hit, Mbuemo and Dango or Ekitike and Casemiro. It would be Mbuemo and Dango for me. Double Arsenal defence versus Chelsea. Check again, it's triple. Check again, it's triple. Bruno's got food poisoning. Oh no. Oh dear. David De Gea's put the most unserious tweet I've ever seen on my life there. Didn't want to see that. For Saka, I'd play Saka. Roofs, Cash, Timber, Gabriel, Rogers, Bruno Fernandes, Wilson, Semenyo, Dango, Haaland, Thiago. 1 transfer. Keep it? Yes. Would you consider starting Tavernier over Timber? Yes, but I'm not sure about Tavernier's minutes. Is the big thing there. I'm really not sure about his minutes. Oh, maybe we would do that. I don't know. Because everyone should start on my team there. Tavernier. I don't know. I'm just not too sure about Tavernier's minutes, guys. I'll be real with you. I mean, we're looking at Tavernier's minutes from last game week. Minutes played 10. There's a strong chance he doesn't start again. I don't know. I don't think so. I'm not going to go for it. Is Tottenham at home good for Wilson? Yeah. It is, yes. Is it worth a -4 to sell Rice to Dango? Not this week. Is Captain Rogers a good shout? I don't like it personally, but if you want to do it against Wolves, I don't blame you. Start Vandenberg or Anderson. The way you spell Anderson looks like Fulham one there, so I'd say Fulham Anderson. But Burnley away's probably a pretty level peg and fixture, so either or for me, but I prefer Fulham's Anderson. Why Haaland Vice? Because Bruno Fernandes is the boyo. Why do you have Soboslai? Because Wirtz is injured. Because Wirtz is injured. That is, by the way, the deadline done. That is the deadline done. Orange apple, don't do that to people, man. People will believe that. Semenyo, bro, what about him? As captain, or what do you mean? Evan Nielsen is my first sub. It's fine. What? Bruno's not out, Connor. Bruno is not out. Bruno Fernandes captain. Thiago Weiss. Nice, Yassif. Nice. Yassir, sorry. Get rid of Enzo for Dango. Yes, but the deadline has just passed, bro. Rogers or Haaland captain? Haaland. Yeah, Connor. I can't lie. Don't know what you're cooking with Kolo Muani, but I appreciate the effort for a differential. Zafran said I had to go. See you lads later. Good luck. You too, Zafran, man. Nice to have you in the stream, bro. Ahmad captain. Wow. Dylan says Evan Nielsen or Anderson. Evan Nielsen, so inconsistent. Evan Nielsen is very inconsistent, but I have done that exact move myself. Anderson is first on my bench compared to Evan Nielsen. Gehi or Hill as third. I'd probably start Gehi over Hill this week, yeah. Bruno will cook. We hope so. We do hope so. Thank you for the live. Reminded me to pick my team about 5 minutes ago. To thank me even more, drop me a follow. I appreciate that. That's why we do the deadline streams, bro. Let's get everyone's team sorted, you know? But that is the deadline passed, so yeah. Thanks for the help. Always appreciate it, mate. Always appreciate people coming by for the live stream, guys. If you want to support me any further, head over to the YouTube live stream and drop me a subscribe. It would be greatly appreciated. Jacob says, Triple Arsenal. That made me chuckle. Thanks, mate. No worries, Jacob, lad. Will Dango cook? Yes, I hope so. Just put Uda go and the app stopped. The deadline has literally just passed, bro, so it could have been lagging. Top man as always. Samurai, you're the legend, bro. Samurai, I swear I hope I'm following you. I think I am. Good. Good. I was going to say you're here every week. You're a boy. That's why I follow you. Deadline goat. Shout out you, man. You're the goat of the stream, bro. Shout out you, man. So whatever, Nielsen. No. Deadline's passed anyway. Kroopy might not even start, Ben. That's the problem of every single week. I've captained Sesko. Oh my god. Yeah, big good luck, everyone, for this game week, man. We'll stay on stream for a minute or two more. We'll have a bit of crack with the boys. Why bench Anderson? I mean, it's hard to put anyone else in. I literally bought Dango in 2 minutes before the deadline, so hopefully he cooks for Enzo. I think it's a good transfer regardless, even though if it doesn't pay off this week. I think longer term Dango's really, really great. Shout out you, Zach, for that transfer, man. Differential Wilson captain. Nice. Nice. I'm going Krakow tomorrow morning, so this week, and especially today, I've been busy, but couldn't miss a deadline. Only made the 2 transfers. Don't want to go crazy out of panic, you know. To be fair, I do believe that the transfers you've made, Joshua, are pretty sensible ones, especially with your 4 free transfers that you had. Coming into the blank of 31, those transfers could be really helpful. Who makes your team of the year? Bloody hell. Sobosai, Haaland, Robin Roofs. Nah, it's not a team of the year because he's only been here since start of the season. I don't know. I'm trying to think of players who definitely make it in. Sobosai is definitely in because he's been so good for Liverpool. He's been their best player. Haaland scores goals. Thiago. Who else would make that team? Honestly, I don't really know. Rice? Yeah, Rice would. Or Premier League, yeah. I've done Premier League. I've done like team of the season kind of. Next week, I need to get Mane out and Enzo, but I feel good about the team this week. I feel good about your team as well. I think it is really, really good. How many minutes remaining to the deadline? Minus 5 minutes. Anderson is guaranteed points. I would say yeah. It's normally like plays past 60 in DEFCON. You're right. He's a great option. Buy him so I have excellent liquidity in a few weeks. How long are you going to keep Anderson for? Fulham? 4 weeks because I'm wildcarding in 32. Right, gentlemen and gentle ladies, we are heading off now. We're going to end the stream there, guys. Again, really appreciate everyone for stopping by for the stream today. It's been a bit of a busy one for me in the past few weeks. Of course, I always post at least 2 FPL videos a week. So please look out for those on YouTube. It'd be great to have everyone's support on YouTube. That is my main platform. But cheers everyone for stopping by, man. It's been really fun today. Good luck this game week, everybody. We'll catch you really shortly, actually, because it's a Tuesday deadline next week. So make sure you're looking out for that. But see you later, everyone. Have a brilliant week. See ya.